doing to our country is they're using our country as a piggy bank to rebuild China. Under my plan, I'll be reducing taxes tremendously.
And the kind of plan that Donald has put forth would be trickle-down economics all over again. I call it trumped-up trickle-down. My father was a small businessman. He worked really hard. He printed drapery fabrics on long tables where he pulled out those fabrics. That's the kind of economy I want us to see again.
All of these countries all over the world, especially China, they're the best ever at it. Now, in all fairness to Secretary Clinton, yes, is that okay? Good. I want you to be very happy.
Donald thinks that climate change is a hoax perpetrated by the Chinese. I think it's real.
I did not.
Science is real.
I do not say that.
And
Hillary, I just ask you this. You've been doing this for 30 years. Why are you just thinking about these solutions right now? Excuse me. I will bring back jobs. You can't bring back jobs.
Well, actually, Secretary of State, and I have
Your husband signed NAFTA, which was one of the worst things that ever happened to the manufacturing industry.
That is your opinion.
You go to New England, you go to Ohio, Pennsylvania, you go anywhere you want, Secretary Clinton, and you will see devastation. Now, you want to approve Trans-Pacific Partnership. You were totally in favor of it. Then you heard what I was saying, how bad it is, and you said, I can't win that debate. But you know that if you did win, you would approve that, and that will be almost as bad as NAFTA. You called it the gold standard. You called it the gold standard of trade deals. You said it's the finest deal you've ever seen.
No.
And then you heard what I said about it, and all of a sudden you were against it.
Well, Donald, I know you live in your own reality, but that is not the facts.
But you have no plan.
Oh, I do.
Secretary,
in fact,
you have no plan.
A book about it. It's called Stronger Together. You can pick it up tomorrow.
That's about all you. Folks, you are going to approve one of the biggest tax increases in history. My tax cut is the biggest since Ronald Reagan. I'm very proud of it. But I'm going to cut taxes big league, and you're going to raise taxes big league. End of story.
If you want to see in real time what the facts are, please go and take a look.
And take a look at mine also. Just go to her website. She tells you how to fight ISIS on her website. I don't think General Douglas MacArthur would like that too much.
The next segment, we're continuing the subject of...
At least I have a plan to fight ISIS.
No, you're telling the enemy everything you want to do.
No, we're not.
See, you're telling the enemy everything you want to do. No wonder you've been fighting. No wonder you've been fighting ISIS your entire adult life. The wealthy are going to create tremendous jobs. They're going to expand their companies. They're going to do a tremendous job.
Secretary Clinton.
I have a feeling that by the end of this evening, I'm going to be blamed for everything that's ever happened.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah, why not? Tax benefit for your family. And when you look at what you are proposing,
how much for my family?
It is,
Lester, how much?
As I said, trumped up, trickle down.
I will release my tax returns against my lawyer's wishes when she releases her 33,000 emails that have been deleted. As soon as she releases them, I will release my tax returns.
And they showed he didn't pay any federal income tax. So
that makes
if
me
he's
smart.
I made a mistake using a private email.
That's for sure.
And
that was more than a mistake. That was done purposely. Okay, that was not a mistake. That was done purposely. When you have your staff taking the Fifth Amendment, taking the Fifth, so they're not prosecuted. When you have the man that set up the illegal server taking the Fifth, I think it's disgraceful. And believe me, this country thinks it's disgraceful. It really thinks it's disgraceful also. As far as my tax returns, you don't learn that much from tax returns, that I can tell you. You learn a lot from financial disclosure. And you should go down and take a look at that. The other thing, I'm extremely underleveraged. The report that said 650, which, by the way, a lot of friends of mine that know my business said, boy, that's really not a lot of money. It's not a lot of money relative to what I had. The buildings that were in question, they said in the same report, which was actually, it wasn't even a bad story, to be honest with you, but the buildings are worth $3.9 billion. And the 650 isn't even on that. But it's not 650. It's much less than that. But I could give you a list of banks. I would, if that would help you, I would give you a list of banks. These are very fine institutions, very fine banks. I could do that very quickly. If you come in from China, you see these incredible airports. And we don't have the money because it's been squandered on so many of your ideas.
Let you
and
respond,
maybe
and we'll move to our
because
next.
you haven't paid any federal income tax for a lot of years. And the other thing I think is important.
It would be squandered too, believe me.
I have met a lot of the people who were stiffed by you and your businesses, Donald. Architects, glass installers, marble installers, drapery installers, like my dad was. You call yourself the king of debt. You talk about leverage. You even at one time suggested that you would try to negotiate down the national debt of the United States.
On a follow-up, stop and frisk.